Tired of regrets piling up because you keep putting life on hold? In this video, grab the exact blueprint to seize the power of now and stop leaving anything for later. Welcome to Audiobook Journey, your masterclass in self-improvement audiobooks. Discover 3 game-changing takeaways, crush procrastination forever, unlock joy in every moment, and build a regret-free legacy starting today. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications, then use the chapter timestamps below to jump right in. Imagine this. You're standing at the edge of a vast ocean at dawn. The waves crash with relentless fury, pulling at your feet, whispering promises of what could be. Behind you, a shadowed forest looms, tangled with regrets, unspoken words, dreams deferred to some day. Your heart races. What if this moment, right now, is the only one that truly matters? What if waiting for later steals the very life you're meant to live? Breathe in. Feel that? That's the pulse of now, the raw, electric force urging you forward. This isn't just a story. It's your wake-up call. Join me on this journey. Let's seize the power of now before later becomes never. Chapter 1. The Silent Thief of Tomorrow. Close your eyes for just a moment. Picture a man named Elias, sitting alone in a dimly lit room as the clock strikes midnight. His fingers hover over a blank page, trembling with the weight of a dream he's carried for 20 years. A novel that could change lives, words that burn inside him like fire waiting to be unleashed. But tonight, like every night before, he whispers to himself, "Tomorrow, tomorrow, The page stays blank, the fire dims, and in that single heartbreaking choice, tomorrow claims another victim. Feel that ache in your chest? That's not just Elias's story. It's yours, it's mine. It's the quiet tragedy playing out in millions of lives right now. We all know this thief. It slips into our days dressed as patience, as wisdom, as just one more day. But make no mistake, tomorrow is the silent thief of now, robbing us of the only treasure we truly own, this breath, this heartbeat, this irreplaceable moment. What if I told you that the power to stop it lies not in some distant future, but in the raw, pulsing reality of right here? Let that truth sink in deep. The core of our journey together begins with this unshakable foundation. The power of now is not a luxury or a nice idea. It's the very essence of a life fully lived. Every regret you've ever felt, every dream left gathering dust, every relationship frayed by delay, they all trace back to one betrayal, choosing later over now. But here's the awakening. Now is not fleeting. It's infinite when you claim it. It's the soil where intentions take root, the spark that ignites action, the bridge from who you are to who you're meant to become. Think of the child who reaches for your hand, eyes wide with unspoken trust, and you say, "In a minute after this email," that minute stretches into an hour, then a day, and suddenly the hand is grown and gone. Or the passion project tucked away in a drawer, promising itself to when life slows down, but life never slows. It accelerates, leaving your gifts buried. These aren't abstract warnings. They're echoes from souls who've learned too late that time isn't a river we can dam up for later use. It's a wildfire, fierce and unforgiving, demanding we dance in its flames today. Now, breathe with me. Inhale the freshness of this instant. Exhale the illusion of endless tomorrows. Feel how your body responds. That's your spirit stirring, recognizing its own truth. The power of now isn't about perfection or grand gestures. It's about presence. It's the decision, in this very second, to lift the pen, to dial the number, to step into the light of what calls you. When you do, something miraculous unfolds. Regret retreats, energy surges, and life reveals its hidden abundance. Let me paint this for you with a story closer to home. Imagine Lena, a mother in her 40s, staring at faded photos of her younger self, laughing on beaches, sketching under starlit skies, alive with possibility. One day she'd told herself, as career demands and daily chaos swallowed her creativity. Years later, diagnosed with an illness that whispered finality, she wept not for what she'd lost to sickness, but for the tomorrows she'd squandered. In her final months, she picked up the sketchpad again, not for fame or perfection, but for now. Those drawings, raw and imperfect, became her legacy, proof that even at the edge now holds redemption. Does that stir something in you? Good, because this is your foundation. Recognizing tomorrow's theft awakens the guardian within. No more handing over your power to vague promises. Instead, anchor here. Ask yourself, right now, what one truth have you delayed facing? What joy have you postponed claiming? The answer isn't out there. It's in this pause, this awareness, this deliberate choice to inhabit the present fully. As we stand on this threshold, consider the river of your life. Most people float downstream, waiting for the perfect bend, the ideal current. But you're learning to swim against the tide of procrastination, steering toward shores of fulfillment others only dream of. This chapter isn't the end of the story. It's the spark. You've felt the thief's shadow. Now step into the light. Yet, awareness alone isn't enough. What happens when those unspoken words to a loved one rise up, demanding release? When the heart tugs at threads left dangling, that's where our journey deepens next. Turn with me now to Chapter 2, Echoes of the Unsaid. There, we'll uncover how the silence of delay haunts us most, and how now becomes the voice that sets us free. Chapter 2, Echoes of the Unsaid. Imagine a woman named Sarah, frozen in the dim glow of her kitchen at 2 a.m., her phone clutched like a lifeline in trembling hands. The screen lights up with a half-typed message to her sister, words of apology, love, and longing that have festered for a decade. Her thumb hovers, heart pounding with the weight of what could heal or shatter. Tomorrow, she whispers, setting it down. The phone goes dark. Months later, a hospital call pierces the night. Her sister gone, suddenly, forever. Those words, they echo now in endless silence, a haunting refrain that no apology can silence. Can you feel the chill of that moment creeping into your own life? It's the raw sting of the unsaid, the words we bury under busyness, fear, or the false comfort of later. They don't vanish, they multiply, reverberating through our days like ghosts, demanding to be heard. This chapter pierces that veil, revealing how the power of now transforms silence into connection, regret into redemption. The unsaid aren't just missed opportunities, they're the fractures in our most precious bonds, the invisible wounds that bleed slowest but deepest. Pause and listen within. Who faces you in the quiet of your mind right now? A parent whose pride you never voiced? A friend whose laughter you took for granted? A partner carrying burdens you assumed they'd share someday? These echoes thrive in delay, growing louder with every postponed conversation. But here's the profound truth we claim today. Now is the sacred space where words find wings. Spoken in presence, they mend what time threatens to tear apart. Unspoken, they become the heaviest chains, binding us to what might have been. Let me take you deeper with a story that mirrors so many hearts. There was Marcus, a builder with calloused hands and a quiet soul, who watched his father age from afar. Sundays promised visits, heart-to-hearts, about the boyhood dreams they'd shared, fishing by the lake, building tree houses under endless skies. But work piled high, excuses mounted. Next weekend, when the heart attack came, Marcus arrived to a bedside vigil, his father's eyes dimming. In that final hour, he poured it out, the gratitude, the lessons learned, the love too long hoarded. His father squeezed his hand, a faint smile breaking through. Marcus left lighter, but scarred. Why wait for edges when now offers the center? That scar is your teacher. Feel it? The unsaid erode trust like water on stone, turning vibrant relationships into hollow shells. Yet in the now a single sentence, I see you, I'm sorry, you matter, rebuilds bridges stronger than before. It's not about grand declarations, it's the courage to voice the vulnerable truth bubbling inside this instant. Imagine the relief flooding your veins as you do. Tension dissolves. Eyes meet with new depth. Bonds, once frayed, weave tighter, enriched by the authenticity only presence provides. Breathe that possibility in.
Exhale the hesitation.
Your voice, right here, holds transformative power. Picture a young teacher named Aisha, surrounded by students whose potential she nurtured silently, praises unsaid, encouragements delayed to after grading. One evening, overwhelmed by their growth, she gathered them. "You've changed me," she said simply. Tears flowed, futures ignited. Those words, spoken now, rippled outward, scholarships won, dreams pursued. Her classroom became a launch pad, all because she refused the echo of silence. Now turn that mirror inward. What phrase lingers on your tongue, heavy with import? To a child, I'm proud beyond measure. To a colleague, your strength inspires me. Yourself, I forgive the stumbles, I choose forward. The beauty of now is its equality, no hierarchy of moments, just this one, ripe for expression. When you speak it, something alchemical happens. Vulnerability births strength, isolation yields to unity, and the soul expands. No more echoes mocking from the past. Instead, a symphony of connections resonating forward. Reflect on the garden of your relationships. Neglected words are weeds choking the blooms, but tended in now, watered with honesty, sunlight of attention, they flourish wildly. You've likely felt this pull before. The gut twist at a loved one's voice on the line, the urge to say more, honor it, act. The reward. Intimacy unscripted, joy unfiltered, a web of support that cradles you through storms. As this truth settles, sense the shift. The echoes fade not by ignoring them, but by giving them voice today. You're no longer a bystander to silence. You're the architect of heartfelt exchange. This completeness brings peace, yet stirs hunger for more, because words alone don't shatter every barrier. What binds us tighter than expression is the invisible force that stalls even the boldest hearts, the chains of procrastination itself. Let that curiosity pull you forward. In Chapter 3, The Chains of Procrastination, we'll confront this cunning captor and learn to break free, step by unyielding step. Your voice is awakening. Now let's set your actions ablaze. Chapter 3. The Chains of Procrastination. Visualize a magnificent eagle, perched high on a jagged cliff, wings folded tight against the wind's fierce call. Below, an endless sky beckons, freedom, vast horizons, the thrill of unchained flight. Its beak pecks at the rusted lock of an invisible cage, testing, probing, always retreating with a murmur. Tomorrow, when the storm passes, days bleed into seasons. The eagle weakens, feathers dulling, spirit starving for the soar it was born to claim. Until one dawn, too frail to rise, it watches others dance on thermals it once ruled. In that crushing moment, the cage wasn't iron, it was procrastination, the self-forged prison stealing wing beats one delay at a time. Does that image pierce you? Feel the eagle's regret, mirroring your own stalled dreams. Welcome to the heart of Chapter 3, where we shatter the chains of procrastination, not with willpower alone, but with the fierce embrace of now. This isn't mere laziness, it's a cunning saboteur whispering illusions of readiness. Not perfect yet, better conditions ahead, one more preparation. These chains bind tighter than steel, turning potential into paralysis, vision into vapor. But today, we expose their fragility. The power of now declares readiness is born in action, not awaited. Break one link here, and the whole structure crumbles. Lean in close. Sense those chains on your own wrists. The workout skipped for Monday, the business idea shelved for funding, the skill mastered in mind but untouched by practice. Procrastination thrives on perfection's lie. The myth that flawless starts await perfect moments. Truth cuts sharper. Every masterpiece began messy, every empire from a single, imperfect step. Now redefines readiness as response. Feel the urge, honor it instantly. Let momentum forge the path. No more spectator to your life. Become the force propelling it forward. Let me draw you into Javier's world, a carpenter whose hands crafted beauty for others but trembled before his own dream. A workshop of custom heirlooms, tables etched with family stories. When the kids are grown, he postponed, sanding endless commissions instead. Decades later, retired and aching, he built one piece. Splinters bit, angles wobbled, but joy flooded him like sunlight through cracks. Customers came, tales poured out, his legacy bloomed late, but vividly. I chained my gift, he confessed, waiting for ease that never arrived. Javier's freedom came in now's raw grip. Action, unpolished, unstoppable. Breathe that lesson deep. Exhale the excuses. Procrastination's chains are illusions, sustained by stories we tell ourselves. Shift the narrative now. I am enough to begin. Feel the shift. Tension uncoils, clarity sharpens. Picture the artist staring at canvas, brush hovering, perfection's ghost halting her stroke. One dab of color defies it. Layers build, flaws become texture, genius emerges. That first mark, now's victory, chaining doubt instead. Your life awaits the same alchemy. Turn hesitation to motion, watch chains dissolve into dust. Now reflect on the anatomy of delay. It starts subtle, a task looms, discomfort rises, mind flees to distraction, scrolls, snacks, sleep. But interrupt the cycle here. Pause, name the chain, fear of failure, then act, micro, immediate. One sentence written, one rip lifted, one call dialed, momentum cascades. What felt monumental shrinks to manageable. Science whispers confirmation, dopamine surges not from completion, but initiation. Your brain rewires, craving the now's rush over delay's drag. This is liberation. Procrastination starves when fed action. Consider Elena, a nurse whose poetry simmered unspoken amid shifts. After burnout heals she deferred, verses fading like night. One midnight break, pen met paper raw, urgent lines of healing hands and fragile hearts. Shared online they touched thousands, birthing readings, books, a voice that mended her own exhaustion. Procrastination was my cage, she said. Now cracked it open. Her flight inspires, no waiting for muse or mood. Now is the spark, fan it into blaze. Turn this inward, write this breath. What chain clinks loudest? The promotion pitch? The healthy meal? The boundary set with grace? Grip it. Snap it with one move. Outline the pitch now. Chop the vegetables. Speak the truth softly but surely. Feel the wings unfurl. Energy replaces inertia. Confidence eclipses critique. Procrastination's power. Borrowed from you. reclaim it in presence, and life accelerates. Goals cascade, synchronicities align, your truest self emerges unhindered. Envision your days as a forge, not a waiting room. Heat of now tempers steel resolve. Chains that once mocked now melt under deliberate strikes. You've carried them unconsciously. Now consciously discard. Satisfaction swells, not from ease, but conquest. Relationships strengthen as you show up fully. Dreams accelerate, pulling reality toward them. This completeness fortifies you, yet whispers of greater horizons. Dreams unchained yearn not just for flight, but vibrant color, passion's full palette. That yearning builds. Breaking procrastination's hold unlocks the soul's canvas. But what of the visions dimmed by endless deferral? In Chapter 4, Dreams Deferred, Souls Dimmed, will veil those buried fires, painting your now with bold, living strokes. Your chains lie broken, now rise and soar. Chapter 4, Dreams Deferred, Souls Dimmed. On a weathered porch in a forgotten village, an old woman named Maria rocks slowly, her gnarled hands tracing invisible patterns in the air. Sunset paints the hills gold, but her eyes, once sparkling with fire, stare vacant, lost in a life half-lived. I dreamed of dancing through Spain's sun-drenched streets, she murmurs to the wind, voice cracking like dry earth. Flamenco skirts swirling, castanets snapping under starry skies. But work came first, children, then age. Someday turned to never. The rocker creaks, a tear traces her cheek. In that sigh, a soul dims, not from years, but from dreams deferred, buried alive under the weight of later, leaving only echoes where passion should blaze. Does Maria's quiet sorrow echo in your own heart? Feel the hollow ache of aspirations gathering dust, talents rusting unused. This chapter ignites the truth. Dreams deferred don't merely fade. They dim the very light of our souls, turning vibrant spirits into shadows wandering what-ifs. We've shattered procrastination's chains. Now we reclaim the visions waiting to burst forth. The power of now isn't just action, it's resurrection, breathing life into deferred longings before they extinguish your inner flame. Claim them today and watch your essence reignite, fierce and unquenchable. Breathe deeply into that knowing. Exhale the numbness of postponement. Dreams are soul seeds, planted in youth's fertile soil, meant to bloom wildly. Deferred, they wither underground, sapping vitality, leaving us adrift in routine's grey fog. Science nods. Unexpressed creativity breeds stagnation, cortisol spikes, joy evaporates. But now flips the script. Nurture one dream this instant, and dopamine floods, purpose surges, life colors deepen. No more spectator to your potential. Step into the dancer, the builder, the voice the world needs. Let me unfold Rosa's tale, a seamstress whose fingers flew through fabrics for bridal gowns that launched others' joys. Her own dream? A line of bold, story-woven scarves. Threads of adventure, loss, triumph dyed in desert reds and ocean blues. When the shop thrives, she delayed, stitching for paychecks instead. Middle age arrived, mirrors showed fatigue, not fire. One rainy dawn, unable to sleep, she wove her first scarf, imperfect knots, but pulsing with her grandmother's migration saga. Hung in the shop window, it sold instantly, orders poured. Rosa danced in her workspace, soul ablaze. Deferral dimmed me, she reflected. Now fans the eternal spark. Feel that spark in you now. Deferred dreams steal more than time. They erode identity, leaving fragments where wholeness yearns. Picture the musician shelving guitar for stability, notes haunting sleepless nights, or the traveler mapping routes in journals, boots gathering cobwebs. These aren't whims, they're soul calls, divine invitations to expand. Answer in now, strum one chord, book one ticket, sketch one outline. Momentum awakens dormant power, drawing resources, allies, miracles aligning. Your soul, once dimmed, glows radiant, magnetizing a life that fits its brilliance. Turn inward. This breath. What dream flickers faintly? The novel simmering, the gardened oasis, the stage spotlight. Honor it immediately. Pen to page, seed to soil, line memorized. No fanfare needed. The act itself revives. Watch resistance melt as endorphins rise. Clarity sharpens, deferred dreams whisper lies. Too late, too risky, now counters boldly, exactly timely, precisely yours. Communities form around shared passions, synchronicities unfold. Joy compounds, spilling into every corner, work invigorated, relationships enriched by your aliveness. Envision your soul as a cathedral, stained glass dreams awaiting light. Deferral boards them up, shadows reign, but now prize open doors, sunlight shattering through, painting existence vivid. You've likely sensed this theft. Scrolling feeds of others living boldly while yours gathers dust. Reclaim, act, satisfaction blooms, not fleeting, but foundational, fueling resilience through trials. Families witness your glow, inspired to unearth their own. Society gains from souls unshackled, innovations born, beauty multiplied. Deepen the reflection. Deferral's dimming is gradual, insidious. Enthusiasm to apathy, boldness to caution. Interrupt now. Choose one dream. Infuse 5 minutes of pure presence. Feel the soul stir. Colors return. This is alchemy. Ordinary moments. Birth extraordinary revival. Rosa's scarves now adorn festivals worldwide. Her village porch rocks with pride. Not regret. Yours awaits similar resurrection. Small steps snowballing to summits. As this fire kindles within, completance washes over you, yet a deeper truth beckons. Revival thrives not in polished perfection, but messy motion. What if imperfect pursuit unlocks mastery faster than flawless delay? That revelation awaits. Journey with me to Chapter 5, The Gift of Imperfect Action, where now's raw embrace turns stumbles into strides, birthing the unstoppable you. Your dreams stir. Now let them dance. Chapter 5, The Gift of Imperfect Action. Tom stands backstage, spotlight slicing through velvet curtains like a judgment waiting to fall. His notes tremble in sweat-slick hands, heart thundering against ribs. The crowd murmurs beyond, expectant. Not yet, his mind screams. Wait till your voice steadies. Words polish flawless. Later, when you're worthy. 10 years pass in that shadow speeches dreamed, never delivered. Stages empty, echoing his silence. Until one night, desperation cracks the cage. He steps out, voice cracking, slides fumbling, laughter ripples, then leans in. Truth spills raw, applause crashes. In that imperfect leap, mastery awakens. Not from perfection, but motion's messy grace. Feel that electric jolt in your veins. Tom's paralysis is ours. The perfection trap that gifts nothing but delay, starving potential on altars of not good enough. This chapter unveils the radiant truth. Imperfect action is now's greatest gift, the divine permission to stumble forward, forging excellence through living it. We've revived dreams, now we propel them with humanity's raw power. Perfection whispers death. Imperfection breathes life. Embrace it today, and watch stumbles transmute to strides. Hesitation to mastery. Inhale this revelation. Exhale. The myth of flawless starts. Life's greatest works, symphonies sketched in frenzy, empires sketched on napkins, birth not pristine, but pulsing with human fire. Imperfection invites iteration, first drafts refine, awkward reps build muscle, faltering steps carve trails. Neuroscience affirms, action triggers neuroplasticity, brains rewiring mid-motion, far beyond planning's stasis. Now grants this alchemy act, messy, learn deeply, evolve swiftly. No more idolizing ideals, honor the gift of beginning, blemished and bold. Meet Sophia, a baker whose loaves fed neighborhoods, but whose cafe vision molded in recipes stained by doubt. Perfect location, flawless menu first, she stalled, ovens cooling after hours. Sleepless one dawn, she baked prototypes. Croissants lopsided, tarts oozing, flavors clashing wildly, shared with neighbors, feedback poured, tweaks, triumphs. Her pop-up stall bloomed amid chaos, lines forming for the soulfully imperfect. Permanent spot followed. Sophia's empire rose on yeast and courage. Perfection paralyzed, she beamed. Messy now baked my freedom. Does her aroma waft to you? Imperfect action dissolves fear's fog, revealing progress's thrill. Picture the writer typing drivel, deleting, typing fiercer manuscript, emerges diamond sharp, or dancer tripping in mirrors, spins refining through sweat. These aren't failures, they're forges, now's gift. Immediate feedback loops, adjustments real-time, growth, exponential. Contrast the perfectionist, paralyzed in critique loops, time evaporating. Choose mess. Energy ignites, creativity surges, resilience steals against falls. Breathe into your own arena. What perfect facade halts you? The pitch unpolished? Canvas pristine? Voice untrained? Gift yourself the first stroke now. Send the draft. Splash the paint. Sing off-key. Feel resistance shatter. Endorphins reward the breach. Confidence cascades. Imperfection humanizes, drawing allies who see your fire beyond polish. Audiences connect deeper with authenticity's grit. Mentors guide real strivers. Your path accelerates. Detours becoming discoveries. Deepen the vision, imperfect action, as sacred ritual. Each flaw, a teacher, each trip a testament to daring. Sophia's Cafe now hosts workshops, her story inspiring amateurs to bake boldly. You sense this pull, the inner nudge to leap despite cracks. Honor it. Act joy multiplies, not in seamlessness, but shared humanity. Relationships bloom as you model vulnerability. Self-trust solidifies, unshakable. Reflect on evolution's blueprint. Species thrive, not flawless, but adaptive, mutations tested in wild nows. Mirror that, imperfection's gift compounds. Today's awkward hello seeds, tomorrow's network. Botched recipe births, signature dish. Satisfaction swells from creation's pulse, not completion's crown. Life richens, adventures embraced, lessons harvested swiftly, soul expanding unbound. Envision your becoming as a river, carving canyons not straight, but winding through stone. Imperfect action propels the current, obstacles honing force. Completus arrives, you've claimed the gift, momentum yours, yet deeper waters call, where this motion meets the hearts, orbiting you. How does now infuse bonds with presence, pure gold, that intimacy beckons. In Chapter 6, Relationships in the Present Tense, we'll weave action into connection's fabric, turning solo strides to shared ascents. Your imperfect fire burns bright, now share its warmth. Chapter 6, Relationships in the Present Tense. Lena rushes through the front door, laptop bag slung heavy, phone buzzing with deadlines. Her 2 children, ages 7 and 4, tumble toward her like puppies, arms outstretched, drawings clutched, voices overlapping in excited chatter. "Mommy, look what I made." But her eyes flick to the clock, words tumbling out. "In a bit, loves. Mommy has to finish this report first." She disappears upstairs. Hours blur. Dinner cools untouched. Bedtime stories skipped for emails. Years accelerate. The drawings yellow in drawers. Voices deepen. Distance grows. One evening the house echoes empty. Kids at college. Bonds frayed thin by presents perpetually promised for after. In that silence, Lena weeps, realizing love wasn't voiced in futures, but starved in now's neglect. Does that hollow ring resonate in your chest? Lena's loss is the universal ache. Relationships thriving not on intentions, but immersion in the present tense. This chapter reveals the sacred truth. Bonds forge deepest when now claims full attention, weaving threads of unbreakable intimacy. We've mastered solo action. Now we amplify it through connection's alchemy. Presence isn't passive. It's the active verb of love, turning fleeting encounters into lifelong anchors. Step into it today and watch hearts entwine, vulnerability shared, legacies of warmth enduring. Breathe this intimacy in. Exhale the distractions fracturing your circles. Relationships live in now's unhurried gaze, the pause to truly listen, the touch without agenda, the laughter absorbed fully. Science echoes. Oxytocin floods in undivided attention. Trust compounds. Conflicts dissolve in understanding's light. Future planning erodes this. Presence builds empires of empathy. No more half-hearts. Offer your whole self here, and reciprocity mirrors magnificently. Enter Jamal, a sales executive whose family dinners became phone scroll rituals. Fully present after this deal closes, he'd vow inwardly, fork midway to mouth. His wife's stories faded unanswered. Son's soccer triumphs witnessed through screens. Fracture widened. Arguments sparked from unseen hurts. One chaotic evening, phone silenced. He set it aside. "Tell me everything," he said, eyes locked. Wife's dreams poured. Son's fears surfaced. Tears cleansed. Plans co-emerged. That night's presence rebuilt their foundation. Date nights revived. Family hikes born. Unity unbreakable. Now was the glue. Jamal marveled. Futures just framed it. Feel that glue warming your own ties. Present tense living dissolves defenses, inviting authenticity's bloom. Imagine the friend mid-rant, phone down. Nod, affirming. Walls crumble. Secrets shared. Loyalty, luented. Or partner in quiet evening. Devices dark. Hands intertwined. Passion reignites, not from grand gestures, but gazes depth. Now's power. Micro moments multiply into macro bonds. Distractions cost. Emotional debt accrued silently, repaid in resentment or rupture. Turn this lens homeward. This instant. Who orbits you craving witness? Elder parent with tales untold. Colleague bearing unseen loads. Child's wonder unmirrored. Gift presence 5 minutes undiluted. Questions open, silence sacred. Validation voiced. Watch eyes light, postures soften. Gratitude flow, reciprocal. Energy exchanges. Amplify. Your presence becomes their lifeline. There's your renewal. Relationships evolve from transactional to transformative. Support webs strengthening through storms. Envision love as a living tapestry, threads of now interlacing vibrant patterns. Neglect frays edges, attention dies eternal. Jamal's family now vacations, unplugged. Stories deepening yearly. You felt the pull, the loved one's tentative reach. your mind elsewhere, sees it. Respond. Joy cascades, conflicts preempted by empathy, celebrations amplified by shared immersion, solitude eased by knowing connections. Deepen the practice. Presence as mindful ritual. Enter rooms intending connection, not conquest. Listen beyond words to tones tremor, body's language, mirror emotions genuinely. That sounds heavy. Want unpack? Vulnerability invites theirs, forging steel-strong trust. In workplaces, presence sparks collaborations, electric friendships, whether decades deepened. Satisfaction swells, not from volume of time, but quality's richness. Souls nourished mutually, growth symbiotic. Reflect on nature's model, trees entwined at roots, sustaining through seasons via unseen exchange. Emulate. Now's tenses bonds, resilient. You've cultivated this awareness. Practice births mastery. One intentional interaction today ripples outward. Families heal, communities cohere. Your influence expands through hearts touched fully. As presence's warmth envelops, fulfillment grounds you. Yet a vital frontier calls, this embodied now, sustaining not just others, but your own vessel, the body's urgent whispers demanding honor before they roar. In Chapter 7, Health's urgent whisper, will attune to that inner call, fortifying the temple that carries your light. Your connections thrive, now safeguard the source. Chapter 7, Health's urgent whisper. Javier pauses mid-stride in his cluttered office, hand pressing his chest where a sharp twinge flares like a warning flare in fog. Fluorescent lights buzz overhead. Papers avalanche across his desk, coffee cold in its mug. Stress, he mutters, popping an antacid, sinking back into emails. Gym tomorrow after this project wraps. The twinge fades, ignored, a whisper turning to growl. Weeks blur. One dawn, sirens wail. Paramedics find him collapsed, arteries betrayed by years of deferred care. In the sterile hospital glow, monitors beeping judgment, Javier stares at the ceiling, whispering to the empty air. Why didn't I listen when it was quiet? His body, once temple, now prison, Health's urgent whisper drowned by tomorrow's roar. Does that vice grip your own chest? Javier's collapse mirrors the silent sabotage in us all. Health, not as distant priority, but now's insistent pulse demanding reverence. This chapter awakens the truth. Your body speaks in present tense, its whispers of vitality turning screams if postponed. We've nurtured bonds, now honor the vessel carrying your light. The power of now transforms neglect to nurture, fragility to fortress. Heed it this instant, and strength surges, life extends vibrant. Inhale vitality's call, exhale complacency's haze. Health thrives in immediate choices, the stretch upon waking, water sipped mindfully, greens chosen over convenience. Physiology confirms, habits compound exponentially. One walk sparks endorphins, chaining into routines. Inflammation quiets, immunity fortifies, delay invites cascade, sluggishness to sickness, whispers to crises. Now interrupts move your frame, fuel wisely, rest deliberately. Your body responds with gratitude. Energy unbound, clarity crystalline. Witness Carla, a teacher whose chalk-dusted days blurred into midnight grading, salads swapped for vending machines. Wellness retreat next summer. She'd promise her reflection, circles deepening under eyes, fatigue mounted, joints protested. One autumn afternoon mid-lesson, dizziness felled her. Doctor's verdict, burnout's edge, nutrients starved. That evening she walked the block, leaves crunching, breath deepening, meals prepped with intention, vibrant bowls steaming, sleep claimed sacred. Months later, Carla danced through classes, vitality radiating, students mirroring her glow. My body whispered for years, she shared. Now I shout back with action. Feel her renewal coursing through you. Health's whispers are personal dispatches. Tight shoulders urging release, foggy mind craving clarity, restless nights begging rhythm. Honor them now. Shoulders rolled back, deep nasal breaths. Bedtime lit by candle, not screen. Resistance softens. Body aligns like orchestra tuned. Picture the runner lacing shoes despite drizzle. Legs awaken, lungs expand, horizon beckons. Or yogi folding into pose, spine uncoiling decades tension. These aren't chores, sacred dialogues, body thanking with resilience renewed. Turn this attunement inward, breath by breath. What whisper rises? The knees ache for gentle motion, guts plea for nourishment, heart's rhythm seeking calm. Respond immediately. One squat, one apple lease, 1 minute eyes closed in gratitude. Euphoria follows. Blood pulses stronger, skin glows, sleep cradles deep. Now's urgency. Prevention's power dwarfs, cures scramble. Friends notice your spark. Productivity soars unforced. Adventures beckon boundless. Envision your form as ancient oak. Roots, nourished now. Branches reaching eternal. Neglect invites storms snap. Tending yields canopy sheltering generations. Carla now leads wellness circles. Her whisper become chorus healing others. You've ignored signals before. The post-meal lethargy dismissed. Tension headache. Tabled. Reclaim. Act. Joy infuses. Meals savored as medicine. Movement as meditation. Rest as rebirth. Immunity steals. Aging slows graceful. Spirit housed in vigor. Deepen the communion. Health as intuitive wisdom. Scan your temple daily. Ears to subtle shifts. Hands to pulses warm. Adjust in moment. Stairs over elevator. Herbal tea over soda. Laughter stretching lungs. Science marvels. Mindfulness slashes cortisol. Telomeres lengthen. Longevity leaps. Satisfaction roots deep. Not in scales, but symphony of systems harmonized. Families thrive beside your steadiness. Pursuits propel fueled authentic. Reflect on life's ledger. Health deferred bankrupts futures. Now deposits abundance. Marathons run. Sunsets hiked. Embraces strong. One choice today ripples. Vitality cascades. Crises avert. Legacy embodied whole. You've attuned. Practice etches mastery. Oak stands sovereign. As this strength anchors you, a parallel power stirs. The wealth woven, not in windfalls, but daily deposits of discipline. Now's quiet alchemy turning scarcity to security. In Chapter 8, Financial Freedom's First Step, we'll plant those seeds, harvesting abundance from present soil. Your body thrives, now let prosperity flow. Chapter 8, Financial Freedom's First. Rena hunches over her kitchen table at midnight, spreadsheets glowing harsh on her laptop screen, red ink bleeding across columns of debt, credit cards maxed, loans compounding like weeds in cracked soil. Her dream of travel, of breathing free air without interests, chokehold, flickers like a candle in wind. Someday she sighs, closing the file, when the bonus hits, when expenses ease. She crawls into bed, alarm set for another grind. Years cascade, debts swell to mountains, dreams shrink to whispers. One grey morning, foreclosure notice arrives, freedom not seized in now's small seeds, but strangled by later's barren harvest. Does that ledger's weight press your shoulders too? Rena's cage is universal. Financial freedom not lottery lightning, but now's deliberate deposits forging abundance from discipline. This chapter plants the truth. Wealth compounds in present choices. Tiny acts snowballing to liberation. We've fortified body and bonds. Now cultivate prosperity's roots. The power of now alchemizes scarcity to security. one mindful dollar at a time. So today, and harvest empires, unshakable. Inhale abundance's potential. Exhale scarcity's grip. Freedom begins. Micro-track this hour's spend. Redirect one coffee to savings. Negotiate one bill downward. Compound interest bows to consistency. Daily morphs to fortunes over decades. Math's quiet miracle. Delay forfeits this. Now captures it. Mindset shifts first. View money as energy flowing, not finite pie. Gratitude for current flow magnetizes more. Judgment repels. Your wallet becomes wand, directed by present. Meet Tariq, a barista, whose tips vanished into impulse buys, gadgets gathering dust, meals out masking emptiness. Big salary first, he deferred, pockets emptying monthly. One payday, envelope in hand, he paused. Listed needs, allocated 20% to future self. First month, awkward, forgoing lattes, biking instead of rideshares. App tracked progress, numbers climbed. 6 months, emergency fund bloomed. Investments whispered growth. 2-2 side hustle launched, passive streams flowing. Tariq now sips home-brewed victory. Vacations funded, debt-free. Now step birth my wealth tree. He grinned. Feel those roots gripping your ground. Financial now demands audit. Scan statements this breath. What drains? Subscriptions ghosts. Habits hollow. Cut ruthlessly. Redirect purposefully. Picture the envelope system, cash for categories. Tactile control restoring power, or app alerts. Nudging wise choices mid-aisle. Resistance fades as balance swells. Dopamine rewards restraint turned reward. Now's edge. Immediate pivots prevent pitfalls, building buffers against life's storms. Turn this gaze to your flow, instant by instant. What first step calls? Open banking app now. Categorize last week's outflow. Set auto transfer 10% income to growth fund. Call creditor for terms. Euphoria rises. Control reclaimed. Anxiety ebbs. Possibilities expand. Friends borrow your strategies. Negotiations sharpen intuition. Wealth whispers, side gigs birthed. Skills monetized. Networks leveraged. Scarcity mindset crumbles under evidenced weight. Envision money as river, dammed by delay. It stagnates, channeled now. It carves canyons of opportunity. Tariq mentors youth now, his first step rippling community uplift. You've nodded past prompts before, bills tabled, budgets dreamed. Ignite, at satisfaction compounds. Debt dwindles, investments appreciate, giving capacity surges. Philanthropy awakens, legacy solidifies in generosity's glow. Deepen the discipline, wealth, a spiritual practice. Infuse transactions with intention, purchases aligned values, savings as self-love. Review weekly, celebrate wins, course correct slips. Psychology affirms, visualization primes receptivity. Affirmations anchor abundance. I steward flow wisely, repeated mornings, magnetizes aligned paths. Joy infuses ledgers, vacations savored guiltless, family secured serene, pursuits unfettered. Reflect on ancestral wisdom, elders bartered presents for provision. No credit illusions, reclaim that sovereignty. Now's first step, etches freedom's path. Emergencies met, calm. Opportunities seized, swift retirement. Radiant, not rationed. You've sown the seed, nurture yields orchard. As prosperity's branches spread, a subtler riches beckons. Joy unearthed, not in vaults, but now's mindful pauses, where presence unveils bliss hidden in ordinary breaths. In Chapter 9, the joy of mindful moments will harvest that inner gold, life a light eternal. Your wealth awakens, now savor its light. Chapter 9. The Joy of Mindful Moments. Amid the relentless roar of city traffic, Anna halts at a humble flower stall, horns blaring, pedestrians shoving past like currents in chaos. Her hand brushes a single petal, velvet crimson, dewdrop trembling at its edge. Time suspends. The flower's veins pulse alive, scent rising earthy sweet, mirroring her own breath's quiet rhythm. Worries of deadlines, bills, tomorrows dissolve like mist in sun. In that stolen pause, joy floods unbidden, pure, radiant, born not from grand events, but now's intimate revelation. She smiles, world reborn, vivid, yet strides away, mind reclaiming frenzy, that bliss fleeting until reclaimed. Does that bloom stir your senses awake? Anna's discovery unveils the chapter's essence. Joy hides not in peaks or prizes, but mindful moments of now, where presence unearths bliss lost to future-chasing minds. We've built wealth and wellness, now harvest inner gold. The power of now transmutes ordinary into ecstatic, savoring this breath's gift before distraction devours it. Anchor here, and happiness becomes companion eternal, not elusive guest. Inhale this serenity deep. Exhale the mental clutter veiling delight. Mindfulness isn't escape, it's amplification. Heightening taste of warm bread, texture of rain-kissed skin, melody of child's giggle absorbed whole. Neuroscience illuminates. Present focus quiets amygdala's alarm. Serotonin surges, neural pathways to peace strengthen daily. Future frets erode this. Now restores it, abundantly. No more pursuing joy afar. It dwells here, waiting your gaze. Meet Dario, a corporate drone whose days blurred in screens, evenings numb with Netflix haze. Vacation will fix this, he chased. Weekends wasted scrolling envy, emptiness gnawed. One lunch break, fork paused midair. He savored. Tomatoes burst, basils whisper, cheese melting slow, flavors exploded symphony. Extended to commute skies shifting clouds, strangers nod returned. Evenings pages turned deliberately, words sinking soul deep. Joy resurfaced, effortless productivity soared, laughter genuine. Dario traded chase for presence. Life lit internal, mindful nows were my hidden fountain, he reflected. Feel that fountain bubbling within. Joy's mindful moments demand practice. Pause before meals. Chew 20 times. Flavors unfolding layers. Walk barefoot grass. Toes grounding earth's hum. Coffee sipped black. Steam curling meditative. Resistance whispers. Too simple, yet simplicity unlocks profundity. Picture the parent tracing child's freckles, not phone scrolling. Wonder mirrors back amplified, or artist eyeing leaf's curve. Inspiration igniting canvas. These pauses compound. Days woven bliss, resilience to storms innate. Turn inward, this very instant. What sensation calls? Coffee's warmth cradling palm, breeze caressing cheek, heartbeat steady drum. Amplify it, describe silently, rich, alive, yours alone. Euphoria rises unforced. Stress evaporates. Clarity crowns now's genius. Micro moments scale, macro commutes become adventures. Chores, meditation, solitude, sanctuaries. Colleagues sense your glow. Invitations flow. Serendipity aligns. Envision existence as jeweled mosaic. Tiles revealed only in mindful light. Frenzy dims them grey. Presence polishes radiant. Dario now journals sunsets, his feeds inspiring not envied. You've rushed past treasures, the meal gulp tasty, sunset unseen, hug half felt, reclaim. Savor delight cascades, sleep deeper, creativity unbound, connections sparkle genuine. Gratitude journals fill spontaneous, amplifying abundance loop. Deepen the art, mindfulness as sensory communion. Engage fully, sight to color's depth, sound to nuances layer, touch to vibrations pulse. Amid chaos, anchor 3 breaths, body scanned, now embraced. Studies affirm, practitioners report joy, baselines elevated, depression halved, life satisfaction tripled. Satisfaction roots not in happenings, but habitation dwelling fully, where feet plant, families mirror your peace, pursuits infuse passion pure. Reflect on nature's lesson, flowers unfold petal by petal, not all at once. Beauty in sequential nows, emulate. One mindful bite, one aware step, one present glance. Joy's not destination, it's the path illuminated. You've tasted glimpses, immersion births mastery. Mosaic gleams whole. As this bliss saturates your being, a shadow lingers, fear's grip throttling even joy's flow. What chains the boldest hearts at precipice's edge? In Chapter 10, Overcoming Fear's Grip, we'll shatter that hold, leaping into now's boundless courage. Your joy awakens, now face the dragon. Chapter 10, Overcoming Fear's Grip. Kai teeters at the sheer cliff's edge, wind howling savage, abyss yawning 1,000 feet below, jagged rocks clawing mist, ocean crashing fury far beneath. His harness bites tight, rope taut, teammates' cheers fading distant, heart hammers wild, knees liquefy, sweat blinds, jump later terror shrieks. When courage swells, winds calm, minutes stretch eternal, summit mocks from above. Then a breath seized in now's raw grip. Eyes lock horizon, body launches, air rushes, embrace. Fear transmutes mid-plunge, exhilaration explodes. Chains snap, triumph roars. Landing firm, Kai weeps joy, fear not foe slain, but ally faced headlong in the instant's fire. Does that free fall surge through your blood? Kai's leap mirrors our precipices. Fear's vise throttling dreams at threshold, whispering retreat to safety's cage. This chapter wields now's blade. Overcoming fear demands confrontation, immediate, shrinking phantoms through actions forge. We've savored joy, now conquer the shadow stalling it. The power of now dissolves dread's illusion, not by evasion, but immersion, birthing courage, unyielding from terror's heart. Inhale resolves steel, exhale fear's fog. Grip originates primitive, amygdala firing false alarms, body bracing phantom threats. Yet now interrupts, name the spectre aloud, rejection, failure, unknown, voice strips its veil. Physiology shifts, adrenaline channels to fuel, not freeze. Delay amplifies, presence deflates. No more orbiting edges, dive center, watch fear wither under scrutiny's light. Behold Mira, entrepreneur, poised to picture eco-invention to venture sharks, boardroom humming judgment, perfect deck first, flawless delivery, fear paralyzed, months circling revisions. Sleepless, she rose pre-dawn, printed rough slides, booked coffee meetup with mentor, words tumbled awkward, feedback stung sharp, revised overnight, pitched small group next, stumbles refined, terror tamed, full board voice steady, eyes fierce, deal sealed. Mira's empire sprouted green. Fear gripped till I gripped back now, she affirmed. Leaps birthed my wings. Feel those wings stirring yours. Fear's grip thrives unseen. Job switch, dreaded, truth unspoken, risk evaded. Sever it now. Micro confront. Email draft sent unpolished. Conversation initiated shaky, step taken trembling. Euphoria chases. Cortisol crashes. Dopamine crowns victory. Picture, public speaker, throat dry, First word croaked. Audience leans warmer for authenticity. Or traveler boarding solo flight, pulse racing, destinations unfold transformative. Now's alchemy, exposure extinguishes, repetition renders fearless. Scan your horizon. This pulse. What edge beckons? Promotion ask. Boundary voiced. Venture launched. Grip it. Utter yes aloud. Schedule the call. Prototype the idea. Resistance peaks then plummets. Clarity dawns crystalline. Allies emerge drawn to your daring. Synchronicities cascade. Fear, once dragon, shrinks lizard. Stepped over casually. Self-trust forges unbreakable. Pursuits propel audacious. Envision life as vast canyon. Fear's bridge, swaying treacherous. Delay strands shores apart. Now crosses bold, vistas unfolding infinite. Mira funds startups now, her first leap rippling empowerment. You've trembled before the opportunity glimpsed, then ghosted, hearts whisper drowned. Reclaim, leap, ecstasy infuses, networks ignite, innovations burst, essence expands untethered, deepen the mastery, fear as teacher, veiled. Decode its message, protect, then override with intention. Pre-leap ritual, 3 breaths deep, muscles tensed released, affirmation owned. I choose growth over comfort. Research bolsters, exposure therapy, rewires brains, durable, confidence compounds geometrically. Joy amplifies unbound. Relationships deepen vulnerability shared. Legacy carves pioneer paths. Reflect on evolution's daring. Ancestors charged saber-tooths for survival. Fear harnessed not heeded blindly. Channel that. Now's grip loosens universally. One no absorbed, one mistake mined, one unknown embraced. Satisfaction solidifies, precipices become plateaus. Dragon's dust, you've pierced the veil. Practice perfects poise, as fear's chains shatter, eternal purpose crystallizes. Every now etching legacy indelible, breaths crafting eternity's mark. In Chapter 11, Legacy in Every Breath, will sculpt that timeless imprint, actions resounding generations beyond. Your courage soars now etch immortality. Chapter 11, Legacy in Every Breath. Elder May gathers wide-eyed children under a sprawling banyan tree at dusk, fireflies igniting like living stars, her wrinkled face illuminated by lantern glow, decades etched in laugh lines, hands scarred from fields and forges. She weaves tales, not from books, but lived breaths, midnight harvests, shared with strangers, rivers crossed for love's promise, songs sung defiant against storms. No monuments mark her path, no fortunes amassed, yet these children lean closer, inheriting not gold, but grit, wisdom whispered in now's unyielding choices. As embers fade, one girl asks, "What will my story be?" May smiles, "It begins this breath." Legacy lives not in tomorrows stored, but moments seized eternal. Does May's fire kindle your own lineage? Her gatherings reveal the chapter's profound core. Legacy crafts, not in grand finales, but every deliberate now kindness is sown, risks embraced, truths illuminated rippling across generations, unbound by time. We've conquered fear, now etch immortality. The power of now transforms fleeting acts into timeless echoes, your essence enduring through lives touched profoundly. Breathe it in today and become architect of eternity. Inhale purpose's vastness, exhale trivial pursuits. Legacy thrives in presence forge. Mentor one soul now, create beauty shared, serve without acclaim. Psychology affirms, impact compounds exponentially. Single conversations, seed movements, quiet generosities, birth chains of reciprocity. Postponement erases, immediacy immortalizes. No more anonymous passage. Infuse this instant with intention. Watch your imprint expand infinite. Enter Raphael, mechanic, whose grease-blackened hands fixed trucks for pay, but dreamed coaching youth soccer. Retirement league first, he delayed, sidelines empty. Factory closed, peers retired hollow. One spring evening, rusty ball in hand, he gathered neighborhood kids, drills ragged, cheers raw. Talents bloomed, scholarships won, pros emerged crediting Coach Raff's belief. His garage became trophy shrine. Stories told at reunions, Raphael passed peacefully. Legacy not engines, but ignited dreams. Every practice breath built forever. His daughter shared. Feel those echoes resonating in you. Legacy demands audit. What mark etches now? Compliment unsaid, wisdom unpassed, innovation untried. Plant it immediately. Text the encouragement, teach the skill, prototype the vision. Resonance builds, recipients pay forward. Your light refracts multiplied. Picture the note slip to struggling artist. Canvas sells, plaque credits you posthumous, or boundary taught child kindly. Generations stand taller, turn this mirror soulward. Breath, pulsing. What inheritance calls? Family recipe shared heartfelt, community project sparked, personal ethic modeled pure. Act now, gather loved ones, stir the pot together, stories flowing. Or volunteer hour donated, hands dirty, bonds forged enduring, fulfillment surges profound. Isolation yields to interconnection vast. Networks weave your narrative. Strangers someday whisper your name. Envision life as cosmic tapestry. Your now threads gold weaving futures unforeseen. Delay unravels, presence knots unbreakable. Raphael's players coach now, his drills echoing stadiums. You've deferred imprints. The advice hoarded, help postponed. Passion privatized, unleash, create reverberations cascade, families fortified, innovations iterated, humanity elevated fractionally brighter. Deepen the craft, legacy, as mindful artistry. Infuse daily doings with eternity's gaze, emails signed gratefully, conflicts resolved restoratively, failures framed lessons. Neuroscience nods, meaningful acts, release oxytocin waves, purpose pathways, strengthen neural steel. Joy deepens authentic resilience, radiates to witnesses. Influence amplifies organic. Satisfaction crowns not accolades, but awareness, your nows, sculpting souls afar. Reflect on ancients' truth. Pharaohs crumble, tales endure. Odysseus's cunning, Spartans stand, whispered across millennia. Your version awaits, one courageous vote, one bridge built metaphorically, one light kindled dark night. Practice etches mastery, one intentional act, daily, snowball saga. Children inherit, not things, but timber. Your nows tone tuning theirs, harmonious. As legacies weave envelops vast, culmination whispers. All chapters converge in now's eternal embrace, infinite when claimed unyielding. In our final chapter 12, the eternal now, we'll fuse these flames into undying radiance, your transformation sealed forever. Your imprint endures. Now claim the infinite. Chapter 12. The eternal now. We've traversed shadowed cliffs and sunlit blooms together, from Elias's blank page to May's firefly tales, chains shattered, dreams resurrected, fears plunged through, legacies etched in breath. Picture now a vast cosmic loom, threads of every chapter weaving seamless procrastination's thief slain, unsaid echoes voiced, imperfect actions soaring, bonds present tense alive, bodies vital, wealth seeded, joys savored, fears conquered, imprints eternal. This final tapestry reveals the eternal now, not fleeting spark, but infinite ocean where all converges, time's illusion dissolving in presence's boundless embrace. You've journeyed far, feel the culmination pulsing, your life, reborn, undying. Does this convergence stir your depths? Chapter 12 crowns our truth. The eternal now transcends moments, becoming life's very fabric when claimed without reservation. We've built foundations stone by stone, now behold the cathedral complete. The power of now isn't strategy or tool, it's awakening to existence's core, where past regrets vaporize, future anxieties evaporate, leaving pure being radiant. Infinite, not in duration, but depth. Every breath, when inhabited fully, echoes forever across soul's horizon. Inhale this boundlessness, exhale separation's veil. Eternity dwells here, symphony of all prior lessons, harmonizing health's whisper, fueling legacy's fire, joy's mindfulness conquering fear's shadow, relationships amplifying wealth's flow, mystics new, presence accesses universal flow, synchronicities cascading as obstacles transmute allies, neuroscience echoes, sustained now focus thickens prefrontal cortex, equanimity innate, potential unlocked, geometric, no more fragmented days, weave them whole, watch reality bend to intention pure. Recall Lila, architect of ordinary turned extraordinary, once scattered by delays, project shelved, love's half-voiced, vitality rationed. Our journey's mirror, she audited now daily, speaking truths immediate, acting messy bold, savoring breaths, deliberate, synchronicities surged, chance meetings birth partnerships, wellness bloomed effortless, generosity's rippled returns manifold. At life's midpoint, Lila reflected from mountain peak, debts gone, family woven tight, creations adorning cities, strangers thanking her, unnamed influence. Eternal now wove my chaos to cosmos, she whispered, her story, yours unfolding. Feel Lila's summit in your sinews. Eternity's now demands synthesis. Audit this instant. What thread loose? Voice the gratitude. Move the frame gratefully. Seed the intention vivid. Picture mornings ritualized. Dawn breath. Grounding journal fusing dreams to deeds. Connections honored first. Momentum eternalizes. Habits crystalline. Intuition. Oracle sharp. Abundance self-generating. Delays ghosts banished. Presences angels attend constant. Turn fully inward. Pulse thundering alive. Scan the weave. Procrastination conquered. Bonds deepened. Fears leaped. Joys claimed. Fortify now one vow etched. This breath, I choose eternal presence. Euphoria. Eternalizes energy infinite, clarity cosmic, love luminous, communities form around your steadied light, opportunities orbit unbidden, essence expands galactic. Envision your soul as starfield infinite, each now point igniting constellations unforeseen. Fragmentation dims, wholeness blazes universes. Lila's buildings shelter dreamers now, her nows birthing havens. You've glimpsed eternity in pauses past, the perfect sunset absorbed, forgiveness instant, creation raw-born. Amplify, eternal. Infuse routines, sacred, transitions mindful. Solitude communion divine. Bliss saturates, ceaseless. Resilience, diamond hard, purpose propels universes. Deepen the eternal. Now as portal timeless. Precede actions with pause, intent-aligned cosmos, execution effortless flow. Quantum whispers align, observation collapses waves to worlds favorable. Joy compounds celestial relationships, soul family deep, legacy multi-generational luminous, satisfaction, not achievements peak, but being's ocean wave. upon wave of fulfilled nows cresting eternal. Reflect on life's grand design. Rivers carve eternities drop by drop. Stars forge galaxies, fusion by fusion. Now's accumulation infinite. Your chapters coalesce. Thief dethroned, echoes harmonized, chains molten, dreams dancing, actions gifted, love's present, health whispered, wealth rooted, joys mindful, fears dissolved, legacies breathed. Mastery yours, one breath, etches cosmos. You've claimed the eternal now. Chains forged to wings, shadows to radiance, fragments to forever. Carry this flame unquenchable, speak boldly, act fiercely, savor wholly, connect deeply, nurture sacredly, overcome audaciously, create legacy now. In every breath lies infinity. Seize it, live it, be it. Your transformation endures, rippling worlds beyond sight. Thank you for this shared eternity. Live now, always.